Hey, what's up? My name is Monkey Man, and I'm monkeying around. Making some food right now. Some chicken thighs in a cast iron skillet. Honestly, it is the best way to eat food or to cook food. Cast iron skillet. It's like it holds all the flavors from every other time that you've ever cooked, and then you just get like the medley of life. So, or at least your life. And I got some rice, instant rice. Does the job. I'm a hungry boy. And let's see. Today is day one of not smoking weed. It is a goal that I've had for a while. So I'm gonna do something about it. And I think first thing I'm gonna do is just help myself stay accountable, tell other people, cook a lot of food, hang out with friends. Those are my goals for this experience, because I've been trying for years now to go for 30 days without smoking, and the longest I've been able to get so far has been 2 weeks. And so if I can beat that, or at the very least learn something from this experience, then I'll take this as a win. But ultimately the goal is 30 days, and it's a gift to myself. My birthday is in a month. Today's March 27th. My birthday is April 27th. So if all goes as planned, then I will be 1 month sober. I'm also gonna try to cut back on drinking as well. So I know in previous attempts of quitting, I've relied on drinking a lot. And I'm not gonna be too hard on myself in terms of trying to abstain from all substances and all sort of addictive, pleasure-providing substances. I'm gonna try to just get my pleasure from food, and not drink or smoking. And I don't want to be an alcoholic. I don't want to be addicted to anything, really. Anything other than life. And I guess you could say that smoking, drinking is part of life. But for me, I feel like it gets in the way. It distracts me from my goals. And because of that, I want to help myself be as successful as I can be and be the best version of myself. And I believe I can do that by abstaining from drinking and smoking, especially smoking. I enjoy it. I think that's the biggest problem, is enjoying something that you know isn't the best for you. Like, I think we all have our vices. We all have things that tempt us. For some people it's sex, for other people it's food. And for me, it happens to be smoking and alcohol. And I don't blame myself for that. I know it runs in my family, but I also know I'm capable of more than that. And so that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it purely as an act of self-love, not because I think there's anything wrong with me. I used to think there was something wrong with me for smoking, but really there's not. And I think now coming to terms with that, and doing it out of an act of love rather than an act of shame, I think that's going to make the difference. But I'm done making food now. This chicken is scrumptious. It's got some adobo seasoning. It has some Italian seasoning. It has salt, pepper, and it has some hot sauce on it. And it's really delicious. I also have some rice, brown rice, with some soy sauce and hot sauce on top. So I like my hot sauce, no doubt. I think some of that spice of life, that's the good stuff. So I'm gonna enjoy this food. I'll be mindful and just sit and enjoy this meal, because enjoying a meal is awesome. And oftentimes I will go and watch TV or something while I'm eating, but I just want to be present right here, right now. Really enjoy this food, because this is good. This is organic. boneless chicken thighs. Like, this is high quality. It's really tender. Very flavorful. Oh my god. It's spicy. I put cayenne pepper and hot sauce on it. So the combo wombo really adds extra layer of spice, which is great because I really feel something from it. That's probably why I smoke. It's because I want to feel something. Not to say that I'm like numb all the time. I know my greatest triggers are boredom and stress. And food helps reduce stress. It's really good. I've been trying to gain weight too, so I think if I can rely on food. Chocolate releases endorphins. If I can rely on food and chocolate to get me through this, I think that would be a much better alternative to smoking and drinking. Because then I wake up, my mind is fuzzy. It's like I wake up at noon a lot of the time, and it's just like a waste of the day. So I want to enjoy my day. That's the biggest thing. Make the most of my days. The days I have while I'm alive. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm going to make the most of it while I can. Because I can't make the most of it when I'm dead. Yeah. Plus, like, I just got a couple more weeks of school left. And I'm going to be going off finding a job. And if I can have the highest amount of focus that I can in that endeavor, then I think I'll be setting myself up for success. And my goal really is to be free. I want to be free in my life. I want to be free to pursue things that are meaningful to me, and also that pay me my worth, pay me my value. I know I can solve problems. I know I can help people. I'm just putting that into action. And I feel like the amount of time that I waste smoking and drinking, it's just like, I can't put my ideas into action. I have a lot of ideas, but now it's putting them into action that's the important part. And something I really want to work on. Right now, this meal right now is like incredible. This is the fruits of my labor of creating. I want to create more, and I want to take my creative ideas and put them into action. I think that's really powerful. And because we can take our imagination and then combine that with rational thought, critical thinking, to be able to utilize the resources that you have around you, to then take this imagination, this idea that you have, take these resources in real life and turn them into that idea that you have. And that's the power of being a human being. So you can imagine things. That's something that, you know, AI can make connections to things that already exist in the real world, but imagination, I think, it's something that it's gonna take a while for AI to come up with or to be able to replicate. I think that's something that's distinct about the human experience, imagination. And the fact that I've been given an opportunity in this life as an intelligent person, as a person who cares a lot about people, as a person with a vivid imagination and a focus on creativity, I believe that I can combine those resources in order to make impactful change and to leave my mark on this world with the time that I have. This food is leaving a mark on me, that's for sure. It's really leaving a mark. God, I feel so fulfilled. I'm optimistic this time around. I know I said that before, I'm going to say it again. And another reason is I have a girlfriend now, I have a girlfriend. I have friends who really support me, care about me, who I really care about. I have family who loves me, accepts me as I am, really supportive. I have all the resources to make this happen, to make this leap of faith, to go sober. But I'm afraid. I'm still afraid. I think it's important to address that because change is scary. Change is a scary thing, no doubt. And to deny that fact is to deny a part of your reality. Change is scary. It's going into the unknown. It creates anxiety. I know some people fear what already exists in their life, things that are around them. And anxiety is a fear of the unknown. I mean, the fact that I have the privilege to be afraid of the unknown rather than constantly afraid of what's around me, my surroundings. You see Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's the second level, safety needs. Some people don't even have those. And the fact that I do it's a privilege, and I'm not gonna waste that. I'm not gonna waste that opportunity. I feel a lot of pressure sometimes. A lot of pressure on myself to do my best, but it's because I believe I'm worthy. I'm worthy of my best. I just need to put into work. I need to do the hard thing to get to my best. I need to put my 100% in all the time, and right now I believe I am. I tell myself I'm doing my best, but there's still that voice in the back of my mind that says, you're not doing your best until you're sober. Because I believe that my sober is my best. And maybe there are some aspects, and this is how I've rationalized smoking many times, is maybe it helps creativity, maybe it helps with absurd or random thinking. I think I have that in spades. And now I'm ready to work on a different part of my brain, and that's the logical, analytical part. That's very structured. And I'm good at creating structure for myself. I have this journal that I keep up with regularly. I keep track of my values and my actions, and I make sure that my actions are aligned with my values. And in that way, I can feel strong as a person. Because when you say one thing and then do another, there's a contradiction there, and that contradiction creates discomfort. Cognitive dissonance creates discomfort. When people notice a contradiction in what you say and then what you do, it can be uncomfortable. So, I know consistency 100% isn't possible, but consistency 99%, that is possible. And there's no such thing as perfection, but it's on a spectrum. Imperfection is on a spectrum. Everyone is imperfect. Everyone has flaws. One flaw to one person is a strength to another person. That's the sort of the deal with our reality, is it's so subjective. So subjective. What you value is different from another value. And even think of it like you have loyalty and trust, and then you have open-mindedness and flexibility. To be loyal to something is to stick with it through and through, even when it's hard. And I value that. I think that's important. And you also see open-mindedness, flexibility. I also value that. Being able to adapt to a situation that you're presented with so that you can be as successful as possible in that environment. I mean, survival of the fittest, right? Darwin. You want to be able to be as successful in your environment as possible. And humans can do that through their rationality, through thinking things through thinking about what resources are available to them, by thinking about how they can help others, how they can help themselves. And I think that's sort of the power dynamic, is who has the most resources, how can you get more resources, and how can you utilize those resources as efficiently as possible. And I believe I've been working on the efficiency aspect of productivity, of working. I've been very focused on how can I accomplish as much as possible in as little time as possible, a sort of minimalistic approach. And I really value that. I value a minimalist approach because it allows you to be mobile and allows you to be flexible. Because if the more things that you have, the more that your things own you as well. And I don't want to get bogged down with too many things, too much. I want to be content with the clothes on my back, with the food, water, and shelter that I have. I want to be content with life and not constantly searching for more and more and more. And I think that's going to require some mindfulness and some meditation. And a lot of conversations like these to understand what's going on in my head. What do I want to do? And how can I make that happen? I'm loving this food. This is really delicious. My nose is dripping right now because it's spicy. And that tends to make my nose drip. It's so worth it. So worth it. I'm just really excited. I'm looking forward to what this life has to offer me. And I know it's going to be hard sometimes. I know that for sure. And I know those times aren't going to last forever. They're not going to last forever. And I know there's going to be some really good times. I know those times aren't going to last forever either, but I'm looking forward for that. Because life has its ups and downs, and I'm ready for the ride. I'm ready for it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm ready. I really feel like I'm ready. Excuse me one moment. I feel like I just want to live as meaningfully as possible. I want to live as meaningfully as possible. What does it mean to live meaningfully? I think it's to have a lasting impact on the world, to make a difference in someone's life. That is meaningful. I think what else is meaningful is doing something that you love, something that makes you feel happy and joyful. I think that's meaningful. And I don't know if we have a choice in what makes us feel joy. I don't know that. I don't know if that can be influenced, or maybe you, for example, people who work out regularly, habitually, they enjoy the endorphins that come with working out. And people who are just starting out exercising, they may feel it's more difficult because their body's now adjusting to this aerobic capacity, this aerobic ability that they're not used to. And so it's uncomfortable because change is uncomfortable. But change is necessary. Change is growthful. And I know growth for the sake of growth isn't necessarily the best philosophy. Cancer cell, for example. Cancer cells grow and they're not necessarily helping anybody. They just help themselves. They're selfish. That's the difference. When you grow and you have no intent on helping others except for yourself, then you have the philosophy of a cancer cell. And I know it's important to grow. It is. How I try to frame my own self-growth, because self-love is very important, and self-care and putting effort into yourself as a human being, that's very important. And I don't want to get this confused with, oh, you're cancer. You're fucking cancer if you are just worried about growing. Like, I'm just saying that some people will use growth to justify anything. And I'm saying that absolute saying all growth is good is not necessarily true. That's all I mean by that. And but I think when you keep in mind that when you grow, you have a greater capacity to give and to help others too. I think that's really important. And helping others, yeah, like money's not going to make you happy on its own, but there's been studies that show that if you are given $10 and you spend that $10 on a bill that you have, for example, it's not going to make you as happy as if you use that $10 to help somebody else, to make someone else's day. Maybe you pay for someone's meal behind you in line at Dunkin' Donuts, and you start a chain reaction of people helping other people. That's meaningful. You're really helping another person. You're changing the course of someone's day, and you have that power. You have that responsibility as well. Because with that power comes responsibility. You have the power to change someone's day. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you get angry, you get out, you slash their tires, you break their window, you get angry at them, you take it out on them because they cut you off and because you think that's unfair. And maybe it was unfair, and you try to rectify that. And ultimately, the power that you have to affect other people it's pretty big. It's pretty big. And I think when you realize that, when you become more mindful about how you have to become more mindful with how you interact in the world, that aligns with your own values, with your own beliefs, with the beliefs of people that you care about. I think that's inseparable. It is inseparable to take your beliefs, your values, and to separate them from other people's, the people's that you care about. I think they're interlocked, because by joining a community, collaborating, connecting with other people, by doing that, you ultimately are going to rub off on each other. You're going to rub off. Your values are going to be absorbed by them and theirs to you. And I think that is a natural process of being a human being, of being an animal on this planet. And some people will be like, oh, don't go with the herd. The herd is, don't do what other people are telling you to do. Don't live just for other people. Don't live just for their expectations. And I agree. Live your own life. Have your own goals, your own values, and also recognize that we don't live in a vacuum. We don't exist in a vacuum. Everything that we do affects someone else, and everything someone else does can affect us. And to be aware of that fact, to be aware of the fact that we are connected one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Even if you're a hermit and you live in a hermit lifestyle, you're still having an effect on this planet, and everyone lives on this planet, and it has an impact. Small, large, it can have like a butterfly effect. The wings of a butterfly creating a hurricane across the earth. You never know, because the way that you live could be what someone else uses to observe and to create their own idea of how to live. And I think that's beautiful. Because say there's an alarm that goes off in a movie theater. An alarm goes off in the movie theater. No one sees or smells a fire, but an alarm is going off. What's your natural instinct? Most people, they look up, they're looking at other people, seeing what they're doing. And if no one moves, if no one does anything, if everyone's just kind of like unsure if this is a false alarm or a real fire drill, and they're just gonna stay in place and not do anything, then other people are gonna be watching them for that cue of whether they should leave or whether they should stay and act calmly. Same as maybe someone starts to panic, and then other people, they start to panic too. Some people leave, some people stay, some people try to figure out how to turn the alarm off. You know, there's a lot of ways you can react to a situation that you're presented with. And the way that you act, ultimately, people are watching. And it's not to say that everyone cares what you do, because I think that's the liberating thing. Other than your family, your parents, people that you care about, people aren't really thinking about you that much. They're really just thinking about themselves and their own lives. And that's very liberating. It's very liberating, because then you can do what brings you happiness, brings you joy. Even if it's a little weird or awkward or embarrassing, because you're doing what you love. And it gives you that sense, your own validation, your own self-validation, your own self-appreciation, self-esteem. By doing what you love and you care about and not caring about what other people think or say about that, that is the greatest respect to yourself, I believe. And it took me a while to realize that. I would go in public, I would think everyone was watching me, I would just stare at the ground. And then I realized, I was listening to music in my headphones, I realized I really want to dance, but I feel trapped and like I can't, because I'm afraid people are going to judge me if I dance. And I let other people dictate what I did with my life, and in that way I wasn't in control. I wasn't the owner of my own life. Other people owned me, because I cared so much about what they thought of me. Until I was able to say, hey, I'm not saying I don't care about other people, but I care about what I think of myself more than I care about what other random strangers think about me. I care about what I think of me the most. And I really admire someone who does what they love and does what they care about. And so I will embody that trait. I will embody the traits that I admire. And I admire people who do difficult things, and I think that smoking and sobriety is a difficult thing. And that's why I'm doing it, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. And I know I've been talking for a while. I got a lot on my mind, and this chicken is it's starting to cool down, but it's delicious still. And I'm gonna save it for a snack for later. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that you came and you listened to me. And I'm addressing this towards me. I don't know if anyone's ever gonna see this. I'm addressing this towards me. I'm thankful that you're listening to me right now, that you care about what I have to say. That really means a lot to me. And I want you to know I care about you too, and that you're valuable and important, and you have worth. No matter what, you are always enough. And I want you to know that because you deserve to hear that. And I want good things to happen to you. I think that these words and this care and this love is going to help get you there. And I believe in you. Good luck.